Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. Hope you're all doing well. If you are a new viewer to this YouTube channel and you haven't done so already, make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button down below. It shows your support for the content that I do. It really does also help out the channel and gets the word out about the videos as well. It's all absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything at all. And also make sure you don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button on this video and click the bell so you're notified when I upload any new content next. Now today I am going to be giving the player ratings for the NRL Pre-season trial game between the NZWarriors and the West Tigers. Like I do throughout the 2023 season in the NRL, where I go through the players individually and give them a rating out of 10 and give them my honest opinion on how they perform. So the player ratings are back, and this will be the first player ratings of the year, and I'll be doing another one for the Dolphins game as well, and also the round 1 fixture against the Sharks. So let's get into it. So fullback Taone Toopi. Now Taone Toopi, I thought had a pretty solid game. He had his moments as well. He made, I think, look, it's probably hard to judge a player off the amount of minutes he plays. And look, Toopi played majority of that first half. Now, overall, I think for me, in regard to this game, he's a really good backup player to have, Taone Toopi. So we're really lucky to have him. Nice bloke as well, who I got to meet after the Titans game at the post-match function last year. And I am a massive fan of him. I really rate him quite highly, being that I watched him throughout the Burleigh Bears when he was playing the Q Cup. So in terms of this game, Taone Toopi, look, I'm going to give him a solid 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for Taone Toopi. Setu 2 now on the wing. Now Setu 2 I thought had a very solid game, and I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10 as well. I thought he was very good. Didn't make any mistakes. Ran the ball pretty well, and just did his job. He just did his job. And Setu 2, a lot of people would know that he has played a lot of New South Wales Cup last year, and he was one of the standouts in that New South Wales Cup team as well, as they came a game short of a grand final. So Setu 2 for me in this game. Scored a try on this one as well. I'm going to give Setu 2 a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was really solid. Now to the centres now. Ali Laua. Now, I have got big raps on Ali Laua. Very good young prospect coming through the junior ranks. We saw a bit of him in first grade last year. Unfortunately, didn't get to see him after that Canberra Raiders game where he got injured, and it was a shame really, because look, I thought he did a good job, marking up against Jared Croker, which is no easy feat in itself. So it was great to see him return at the back end of the New South Wales Cup season, and he provided plenty of impact for that Cup side as well. So look, Ali Laua, I thought he had a great game. Man, it's going to be hard to see. It'd be hard to leave him out. I'm a massive Rocco Berry fan, and I'm all for Rocco Berry being the centres, in my opinion. But Ali Laua, it's going to be hard to leave him out. So good thing I'm not the coach, and good thing I'm not Webby. But Webby's going to have a massive headache on his sleeve who to pick in that centre position with RTS. But Ali Laua, for me, I am going to give him a rating of a 7 out of 10. I thought he was very good in this game against the Tigers. Now, speak of another centre who played for the first time in the centres, and that is the return of the man himself, RTS, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. How bloody good was it to see him in those Warriors colours? And it just makes me real excited for the year ahead, because what a game he had. First game in that position. Look, didn't get a lot of ball, but when he had the ball, he was dangerous, really dangerous when he ran the ball as well. And defensively, very strong. We saw him make some great tackles as well. Look, RTS, man, anyone who doubts this guy's ability to play in the centres, they're living on rocks, really. They're living in rocks, on rocks in their head. So, I will say, for me, RTS gets a 9 here. I can't not rate RTS a 9 because he was just simply outstanding. And one of the leading running meters in the centres this time. We usually see him get a lot of running meters in the fullback spot, but he topped the running meters in the centres. Boy, what a debut in the centres for RTS in this first trial game of the year. Now to the other winger now, and that is Marcelo Montoya. Marcelo Montoya was the captain for this game, and look, I was pretty critical of Marcelo Montoya's form at the back end of last season. The finals, he wasn't at his best either. So, this game, look, I thought he played well. I thought he did a good job. Will be interesting to see whether Marcelo Montoya does start in round 1. I know people might call me crazy for saying that, but there's a lot of options for Webby to pick. You like some of your Ali Lautoas, you could play him on the wing, but Marcelo Montoya, look, led the way very well on the field there. Performed great there. So I'm going to give him a 7 for me out of 10. Now to our halves now, and look, our halves. Look, I was sort of expecting a bit more in terms of impact in this game from our halves because this is probably a dress rehearsal for our round 1 selection. Now, for me, when you look at this game the other day, it was more of the forwards and the outside backs that were performing for both teams. So look, Chanel Harris-Tavita, massive fan of. Through the junior ranks, coming back into the side. First game in the Warriors colours in a while. I thought it was okay. It was solid, but I don't think he stood out as one of the best players in the halves in terms of whether he will get selected in round 1. Personally, in my opinion, I would have Shaun Johnson and Luke Metcalf. That's just what I believe. A lot of people would probably say Tamari Martin should get selected and partner Shaun Johnson based on last year, based on start of last year where Tamari Martin had a good solid start and then, he had that injury. So, look, Shanara for me gets a 6 out of 10 here. Look, nothing outstanding, but look, I thought he was solid in what he did. Now to the halfback spot now, and that was Luke Metcalf playing in the 7. And Luke Metcalf, boy, he looks like he's put on plenty of muscle. There was a bit of talk in the off-season. Luke Metcalf has been bulking up a bit, and you can see on the field, he definitely looks a lot fitter, doesn't he, Luke Metcalf? And real excited about what he can do this year for sure. So, look, for me, I thought Luke Metcalf was pretty good in this game, and I'll give him a 7 out of 10 for me for Luke Metcalf. Now to the prop now, and that is Bunty Afoa. Now, look, been a massive Bunty Afoa fan for a very long time, for many years. But last year, for me, Bunty Afoa just didn't have a lot of impact. Now, the tackles and defence he made was great. I've heard the stats there that his defence really was a highlight. But the amount of meters he made in terms of running meters, not the best. And in particular in this game, he actually went out there and performed very well, and he ran well too, and he got some good running meters and his stats there. Defensively very strong, Bunty Afoa. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him this year, and I don't know what Webby's plan is for Bunty this season, but you've got your Mitch Barnetts, you got plenty of depth there in the forwards, which is something the Warriors have had in a long time. So, look, I'll give Bunty here an 8 out of 10. It's probably the first time in a while that I've given Bunty a very high rating. But he went out there and proved me wrong. Hopefully he can do that in the next trial or whenever he lines up next. So, 8 out of 10 for me for Bunty Afoa. Now to the hooker now, and that is Freddie Lussick. Look, I thought Freddie Lussick was very solid. Overall, I would give him a 6.5 out of 10. It's probably still second choice backup hooker in my opinion. Um, look, he's definitely well ahead in the second choice hooker role at this point of time. So Freddie Lussick, does a solid job being on the field defensively as well. Maybe could bring a little bit more in terms of his attack, but other than that, look, solid work by Freddie Lussick. So 6.5 out of 10 there. And now to the other prop, and that's Tom Ale, and I thought Tom Ale was very impressive. Ran the ball very strongly. Didn't make any errors. Look, I thought Tom Ale last year was going to have a breakout season. I know I did a video about it, and I don't think he really played a lot of first grade in 2023 from my memory, but yeah, look, I think Tom Ale's in for a very interesting year, actually, I think, in my opinion. Whether he gets a start, I'm not too sure. He may get a bench spot, but Tom Ale, for me, probably an 8 out of 10 in terms of the way he played in this game against the Tigers. Now, the second row now, so we got Jackson Ford. Now, Jackson Ford, for start off the year well last year, back end of the year was, he was a little bit up and down, his form, at the back end of the year. But really surprised me when he joined the Warriors and how well he played. And I think, again, this year he may have another standout year. So, generally speaking, look, Jackson Ford, I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10 there. Look, I don't think he did anything wrong in terms of this game and the way he played. So, 7.5 for me. Now to Jacob Laban, young Jacob Laban, young gun there, coming through from the SG Ball Cup and played in the New South Wales Cup team a lot last year. And Jacob Laban, my apologies guys, Jacob Laban, I thought he played well. Just a very good young talent coming through the system. And look, boy, I'm real excited what he can do in the future as well. So, overall speaking, I would probably rate Jacob Laban here a 7 out of 10 in terms of his performance on the field. Now to the lock now, and that is Kalani Going, young Kalani Going. Kalani Going got his debut in the first grade side last year in that last round fixture against the Dolphins. And Kalani Going, again, I thought was solid, solid. He did a job there. And I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for me for Kalani. Now to the bench and the extended reserves. So these are the players that came on, played a few minutes. So Tanner Stowers-Smith in the red headgear. Christchurch-born Tanner Stowers-Smith. And I'm going to give him a solid 6.5 out of 10 there. Leka Haliasima, I'm going to give Leka Haliasima a 6 out of 10. Patrick Moimoi, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Ben Farr, look, I thought he was solid coming off the bench there. Played in the halves, actually, and I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Made a few solid tackles as well. So, yeah, it was good to see Ben Farr play a bit of first grade. And, he did a pretty solid job there with the minutes he played, of course. So, Moala Graham Tafua, I'm going to give Moala Graham Tafua there a 5 out of 10. Geronimo Doyle, another young, exciting player coming through the ranks, and I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Paul Roach, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Paul Roach came off the bench and added plenty of impact, actually. He really did. Scored a try as well. And, the young brother of Nathaniel Roach, former Warrior, thought was solid, really solid, coming off the bench for the minutes he got. Atate Fuka, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Luke Hanson, I'm going to give him a 5.5 out of 10. I reckon he's another player to watch in the future. The young gun coming from Penrith. Taone Toopi, the brother of Saleti Tupanua, the Roosters player. And I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10 there. And the last player there, Zion Mau, who, look, unfortunately, got sent off and, got due to a dangerous tackle. An elbow that he leaned into one of the Tigers players who unfortunately came off with on a medicab. And yeah, look, it's a shame really, because Zion Mo is a good talent, and look, I'm sure he didn't mean any malice in the tackle, and he's gonna miss a few weeks unfortunately, because it's rules is rules, and look, you can't complain about it really, and I'm sure he'll learn his lesson. But it's a shame really, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So yeah, those are my player ratings for the pre-season trial, the first pre-season head out between the One New Zealand Warriors and the West Tigers. Let me know what your thoughts are on the players that stood out in the comments down below. Who was your man of the match? Who surprised you? And who do you reckon could make a shock surprise selection for the round 1 fixture against the Sharks? We've got one more pre-season trial fixture coming up this week against the Dolphins on Saturday afternoon. I will be live streaming that pre-season trial game, so come along and watch. Well, come along and watch. I'll be doing some commentary. Fortunately, cannot show the game because of broadcasting rights, and look, I don't want my channel getting taken down for, showing the game. So, bit of watch along there, commentary. Come along, give it a watch, and we'll have a bit of more content coming out this week. Gonna have the preview of the game as well, where we go through the team list and have a final look into the teams as well. But guys, make sure you don't forget to like this video. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like this video, and make sure you don't forget to subscribe. More importantly, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because it shows your support for the content that I do, and it really does help the channel grow, and it's absolutely free as well. But thanks guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.